Hey there, welcome back to another video. So today I'm trying something out I've been meaning to try out for, I'm not kidding you, about 2 years now. And that is, what is the gas mileage difference between sport mode and normal mode on a car? Or eco mode if you have an eco mode. In this case, I do not have an eco mode. I'm going to be doing this test in a 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, but you can also do this in literally any other car with a sport mode. Either way, so I'm going to be testing out the difference in gas mileage between drive and sport mode in the Mitsubishi Mirage. This applies from 2014 to 2024. I'm not going to be testing low gear because that is really not meant for driving long distances, but I can see somebody driving in sport mode. Now, in the Mitsubishi Mirage, sport mode really is just like a lower gear. Let's say you are in 5th gear, but then you go into sport mode, you're in, let's say, 2nd or 3rd gear. And how you put it in sport mode, by the way, you have it in drive, and then you just do that with the shifter. Now it's in sport mode, drive, music, sport mode. That's how you put it in sport mode, okay? Now, this does not really apply to every single car. Every car is different. I don't have an eco mode on my car. I just have drive and drive sport. Though the dash does tell you if you're in eco mode. It will have eco, you can kind of see it right there. It will say eco if you're driving economically. But again, I don't have an eco mode, so I can't really test out eco mode either. The car is already kind of tuned economically, so normal mode is actually eco mode in this car's case. Some cars, like in a hybrid, they might have the engine run at all times. If you have it in sport mode versus if you have it in drive, the engine might not run all the time. Oh, by the way, I should get back to the gear analogy thing. So the engine RPM is higher in sport mode, at least in this car. There is no gears. It's a CVT. Well, it's a CVT. It actually does have 2 physical gears, but besides the point, ignore that part. What I'm trying to say is it keeps the RPM higher in this car if you are in sport mode, which might reduce the MPG, or it might not. I don't know. So we'll be doing a test today. The test I'm going to be doing is around 20 miles total, and around 12 of those miles is city, and then the rest, like 8 miles, is freeway. I'll have a screenshot somewhere on screen here of the whole route I'm doing. I am starting with a not fully up to temperature engine, 124 degrees. Again, I've been sitting here a while trying to make this video. Either way, 124 degrees is cold for an engine. It's going to be running lean when I first start off. Not lean, the other one, rich, my bad. It'll be consuming more fuel while it's warming up for the first test. Now, I'll be doing the normal/eco test first, and that is because I'm trying to give sport mode the benefit of the doubt. I'll start with the cold engine with eco mode, which should in theory reduce my gas mileage for eco mode, but then sport mode I'll start off with a warm engine, which in theory should actually benefit the gas mileage. So in theory I should get better gas mileage in sport mode if I just go off that information, but again, that's not everything. Now, what was I going to say? I don't remember. Oh, sport mode. Some cars just tune it to where if you step on the gas, it's more likely to downshift, but then if you're on a flat surface, it'll be in like top gear. Other cars, like this one, it doesn't really do that. And it really just depends on the car. Some hybrids act really differently as well if you have it in normal mode, eco mode, and sport mode. This is a more basic setup, but it does have a CVT, which makes it kind of odd as well, but it is what it is. Alright, so now it is time to do the MPG test, and I'm going to be driving as economically as I can for both tests. The AC is turned off, but I do have outside air blowing in while blowing on the window to hopefully keep the window defrosted without using the AC compressor to keep this as repeatable as possible. Headlights are going to be on as I blast more music because I keep turning the ignition on and Android Auto doesn't know how to keep the music paused because it unpauses itself and it hooks itself up for some reason. I don't know why, but that is what it is. The rear window defroster heating elements are turned off. I don't really need to see out the back window anyway. And what else? You can see all of the car's data, like the gear ratio, the temperatures, the MPG, the horsepower used. You can see the accelerator, which is on the top left, like accelerator, ACCL. Currently it says 0.0. You can see all that, so you can see what throttle I'm actually giving. it only goes up to 8. So 8 out of 8 throttle is full throttle, or 8.0 throttle, that's considered full throttle, by the way. And let's say I'm at 0.2 throttle, that's 25% throttle. This will be important because I feel like you might have a feeling I'm giving the car significantly more throttle in sport mode because the RPM is higher, but so you know I'm not. You can see the amount of throttle in this thing down there. Either way, let's go and try to do this MPG test. I'm going to be ending off somewhere in this parking lot. That is the goal at least, but we will see how that works. See, check the sidewalk. Is it clear to go? No, it is not, so we need to wait. I said check the sidewalk. Okay, actually it is clear, I think, right? Yeah, it looks like it is because they are turning into the parking lot, so we can go. Either way, I'm going to try to drive as economically as I can on this test. I'm not going to be filling the tank up each time I get back to the gas station. The reason why is gas pumps are kind of inaccurate when it comes down to smaller numbers like 20 miles. Like that'll only be 0. Or what it's called. That will only be like 3/10 of a gallon of gas or something in eco mode. It's not accurate at all with this car, or not this car. It's not accurate at all with the gas pump. Okay. Now over thousands of miles, yes, it will be accurate, but over, again, 20 miles, it's not going to be accurate at all. But the gauge cluster on this car is actually pretty accurate. So I'm going to be using the gauge cluster here to tell you what gas mileage we're going to be getting. I'm going extra slow because I want this Honda to get ahead of me, because I don't want him to be stuck behind me, because again, I am trying to hypermile as much as I can. By the way, hypermile means drive as economically as you possibly can. I know I'm not allowed to touch phone. This is flat out blinding me. Can I just get you? No, I don't know how to use my phone. Oh well. I'll just put something over phone then, because it is way too bright. There. Okay, we've got pillow over phone. I don't know how. Okay, Android updated on that phone. When I scroll down from the top, it used to be I could go over and adjust the brightness, but now it just does not do that for some reason. I don't know why. It is what it is, I guess. Either way, I'm sorry if the camera's all bouncy and everything. I got a new camera. I broke my other one. I tried to aim the camera at a odd-looking pick-em-up truck, and yeah, I guess my old camera doesn't swivel. I found that out when I broke it in half. Though I swear I've swiveled it in the past, but I guess I just must have not swiveled it or something. Alright. And go to the right, make a complete stop, check blind spots and all that. It's clear to go, clear. Everywhere to go is clear, it looks like. So we can turn left. I mean right. I don't know how to speak. Alright, now we can change lanes to the left. There we go. And again, I am driving pretty economical right now. Could I do better? Oh, I'm sure there's always a way to do better, but I'm doing all I can within reason. I am going to be going the speed limit for the top speed, but I'm not going to accelerate right now up to the speed limit because there's no reason to. I'm turning left at a red arrow at the next traffic light. So I'd be speeding up to 45 or 50 miles an hour. I don't know what the limit is here. I think it's 50. I'd be accelerating up to 50 to then just slow down for no reason. So we are not going to be doing that. I'm just going to drive, again, how I would normally drive. I hypermile / drive as efficiently as possible at all times. So I'm not changing how I drive for this first drive or the second drive. I'm going to be driving, again, as economically as I can, although I have no idea how to drive economically in sport mode. I have no idea. I have never drove in sport mode in this car. I have used it for going down long grades. Let's say I'm going down a mountain. I have used it quite a bit for that. But other than using it for engine braking, where I'm not giving the car throttle, I have no idea how to exactly use it, if that makes any sense. I'll give it about this much throttle. You can see what it is on here. What is that? 1.4 out of 8 throttle. I think this is probably enough. I might go up to 2, I don't know. I want to get to 45 miles an hour, if possible, or 44. Is it clear? Yes, it is. Okay. So, okay, we're going to speed limit. So we have cruise control now set to 45 or 44, close enough. I usually go on this road 44. The reason why is because if I go 45, any slight downhill, the car might go 46, which is not allowed technically. Yes, I'm overly cautious about it, but it is what it is. It hurts nothing to go 44. It's actually a little bit more economical as well to go 44, so there is really no reason to not go 44. And I'm going to let off cruise control for this hill here. I'm going to go and stay to the right lane here because there is a car behind me. If I don't let off cruise control, this car revs way up on this hill, and I figure I should just not do that. And that car that was behind me is not going to pass, so I got to move back over. There we go. And I'm not going to accelerate much more. I'm probably, I'm going to slow down to 40. The reason why, I got to turn right up here. The light up the road is red, so there is no reason to go 45, which is less efficient, to just hurry to get to a red light. There's no reason to. In fact, I'll turn off cruise right now, and we will just coast for quite a while, actually. Turn signal on, move to the right, then I'm going to turn the signal off before I get to the driveway. I think that's what I'm supposed to do at least. Now I can turn the signal back on now that I'm past the driveway. And actually, this was a almost perfect slowdown, but I got to actually give the car throttle because I actually slowed down faster than I wanted. Either way, I see there is an orange light. Blind spot's clear. It's clear to turn right, and I have a green light as well. Nobody in crosswalk. Nobody running red lights. I think we're good to go. Okay. I take too long sometimes to change lanes, and I confuse drivers on the road, which is not ideal. I'm not very fast at doing things, and I have noticed I do make some people confused. So, that's okay, I guess. I don't know. Again, accelerate gently. I'm giving it a little bit more throttle. There are cars catching up to me from behind because their light turned green again. But I think I will be at about 45 pretty soon. Probably. I'd say this is a fine amount of acceleration. There's no real reason to accelerate harder. Once I get up to the crest of this slight incline, we will reach 45, and then I can set cruise to 45 or 44. We're very close. Is this right lane going to last for a while? It might, I don't know. There. Maybe they'll pass me, maybe they will not pass me. They are not passing me. Well, they were very close to me, to where I couldn't see their headlights, and I move over, and they don't want to go any faster. This is your chance. I have to get back over there. Okay, now they're going. There we go. I may let off throttle slightly here, because I need to get over, and I don't want to change lanes too close to them, so we'll do that. And if flashing... Oh, wait, what? How does this speed limit work? So the speed limit is 25 when flashing, but nothing is flashing, so I guess it's 45 currently, which makes sense. Although I have seen it flashing at night, which kind of is confusing, but it is what it is. Either way, let's accelerate back up to 45 for 44, close enough. By the way, I'm doing these tests at night. At night, it is less efficient to drive, but also at night, you also have the benefit of there's not really that many cars on the road. Like, there are some cars, but it's it's not a lot, okay? Why is that a benefit? Because I can do these tests more repeatable. Like, you can repeat this test a lot easier. I'll probably hit not very many lights red in both situations. Maybe I'll hit the same lights red and it will be exact, or maybe it won't. Like, it's as close as I can get, okay? I'm sure there is a way to do this better, but I have no idea how to do that better. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I glanced at it, and I don't see how you adjust any of that, so I'll just put this towel back over this again. There, that works. One fun thing about this road, I've actually seen a deer on this road once. Several of them, in one encounter. But I've never seen deer before that or after that. I didn't even know deer existed over here, but apparently they do. So that's neat. Center lane and no passing. Yeah, I've seen lots of people pass me and it says no passing. So I don't think that is a valid sign. I mean, it's valid, but it seems like a lot of people do not follow the sign that says no passing. It is what it is. Turn off headlights, brights, because there is another vehicle over there, so we'll just do the right thing and make it easier for them to see. Now, this is city driving, but it's not city driving. Does that make any sense? Like, this is city. I'm not on the highway, but it's not like it's not a highway. It's not city either. I mean, it is city, but it's not city. Does that make any sense? Like, we have stoplights, we have schools, but it really is just kind of, you set cruise control to 44, 45, whatever, 55 if you want to be a little bit faster, I guess, but you set cruise control and you forget about it. That's kind of how this road is. Yeah, I don't know. It's a nice little road. I do like driving down this road because I can kind of just cruise on it. But there is one annoying thing. So they are adding another stoplight to this road. It's up the road here, and it says they're adding a stoplight. Why are they adding a stoplight? They should add a roundabout. Like, if they were to add anything, I feel like a roundabout would be the right thing to add on this road, not a stoplight. Granted, a stoplight would actually be kind of... Okay, this might be the only situation where stoplight could actually be slightly useful, because this road is kind of used as a highway. Not... Okay, maybe not in speed. I mean, some people do drive really fast on it, but in general, that's not what I'm complaining about. More so, this road is essentially used as a main highway to commute. What I mean by that is people from Lake Elsinore, California go to Santa Monica, California for work. I think it's Santa Monica, or maybe it's Santa Barbara, I don't know. The other side of the mountain here, they use a highway called Ortega Highway, or California 74, to get there, which is a 2-lane road going through the mountains. And I think I've made a video driving on it before, maybe I haven't, I don't know, but it's a fine road. It's dangerous, but it is a fine road, I guess. Well, because it's a main road, thousands of people drive on each day, super high traffic volume, and it all funnels onto this road. So let's say you're trying to turn right, or you're trying to turn left during rush hour. I'm not kidding you. You can, let's say you have a cold engine. You start your engine up when you want to turn right during rush hour. And if you're far from the stoplights, there's going to be a constant stream of traffic to where you cannot turn right. Oh, speed limit 40. Okay, I have to brake. There. I did not let off cruise fast enough there. There will be a constant stream of cars if you're far from the traffic lights. So turning right, or left for that matter, is a pain. Well, not really a pain. You just sit there and sit there until there's a car that this doesn't have a very big following distance, and then you can finally turn. And it's okay, I guess, but I guess a roundabout, see, roundabouts, they're great because they improve traffic flow, but you don't want a roundabout for every single side street coming into this street. That would not really be ideal. I think that might just be too many roundabouts, because you'd have essentially the whole road as a roundabout. So I don't think that would be a good option. I think maybe possibly this might be with the one case where a stoplight is useful. Either that or maybe a lower speed limit, but I don't think that's going to really help much. I guess if the speed limit's lower, cars might be going slower. And if cars are going slower, maybe it'd be easier to turn right. I'm not sure. But in general, I don't know, it just doesn't, I think that, okay, I don't like traffic lights, okay? But if it does like cause a slight break in traffic, I think that would actually be useful for that one road specifically. This road, I wouldn't say could use that. I feel like there's a better way though than a traffic light. I despise traffic lights. They aren't very safe, for one. They use power for no reason, and they're not very efficient. And they're, I don't know if I mentioned it, not very safe. There has to be a better way than traffic light, but I just cannot think of that way right this minute. I don't know. I'm trying my best here, but trying my best doesn't mean I'm doing very good at planning. There has to be a city planner or a road planner. Well, I'm sure that requires 17 years of college degrees or whatever to have an idea how to make a road, even though I kind of already have an idea. I don't know. It's a thought. But I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not saying my ways of making a road are better than anyone else's ways. I'm just saying it is a way. Oh, by the way, do you see the eco light? Yeah, that means I'm driving economically. But if you notice when I stop, it does actually turn the eco light off. Or if you're above a certain speed, even if you're not on the throttle, the eco light turns off. If you're in sport mode, the eco light turns off. So just do keep that as a note. Aww. I usually use sport mode to slow down, but I am not using sport mode to slow down on this drive. Sport mode is mainly, for me, engine braking. Is that a Nissan Versa? Yeah, it is. To me, sport mode is usually used for engine braking, but in this situation, okay, I know sport mode, even if I'm off throttle, sport mode, hopefully they turn their headlights on. Nope, no headlight. Oh well, I tried. Oh, there we go. They got headlights now. Sport mode, okay, I'm going to give the car more throttle. I feel like more throttle will actually be more efficient on this hill. So sport mode, even if I'm off throttle, the gallons per hour of fuel used on this app is actually higher. Yeah, even with sport mode and no throttle input, somehow I'm using more fuel coasting. I don't understand that fully, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm going to give it the tiniest bit of throttle. I need to get back to 40 here. I'm trying to do this as economically as possible. I think that was pretty much perfect. Turn headlights. I'm in brights off. What was it? I don't know. Let me see. How's the app doing? Yeah, it's still recording over there, so that's good. Yeah, I'm just doing what I can in terms of efficiency here. Low throttle inputs, cruise control when available. I'm going to use that word. Again, some cars, sport mode works entirely different than other cars, okay? So, like, this is really a kind of a useless test in a way, because sure, I'm using sport mode, but sport mode works differently in every single vehicle. Well, okay, every Mirage is the same, every Corolla is the same, every Maverick is the same. But in general, every car brand, every model of car brand is going to perform different, most likely. Either way, at the light here, normally I would turn right because that's the shorter way, but there's more stoplights. If I turn left, it's actually most likely more efficient. The catch is, if I turn right, I can turn right on red. If I turn left, I cannot turn right on red. So I'm going to turn left here and just hope the light turns green, which it might actually. It's turning orange. Well, that was a fail. That was indeed a fail. I tried to do this. I thought this might be more efficient, but we did. Wait, green light, so I can go. Yeah, okay. I was confused for a moment from what I was looking at. Alright. So this road, the speed limit is 50. So I'm just going to give the car gentle throttle again to get up to 50. I normally wouldn't go 50 on this road, but should I go the speed I'd normally go, or should I just do speed limit? Yeah, I think I'll do the speed limit. Like, I'll try to get to the limit. It's like a runway here. Okay, we're close enough. But I do have a stop sign up here, so I'm not going to bother accelerating any further because I'm going to need to slow down. We're going 47, 46, I don't know. Right after this gas station here, we'll be turning right, so there is no reason to accelerate more. One thing with hypermiling, pretend you don't have brakes. Using brakes, you're wasting fuel, in a way. Like, you aren't using fuel when you're braking, but you're using, how do I explain this? You used fuel to speed up, and then you're losing it by braking. So if you just cut the fuel early, you are essentially saving fuel. Instead of putting that gasoline used into the brake pads, you're just not. You're just kind of being efficient. If that makes any sense. It's clear, so we can go. $4.49 a gallon. Like, if you were to, how do I explain this? Stay on the throttle as long as possible and then brake last second, you're wasting fuel. You could be off throttle, not using any fuel for quite a while, actually, and then that's less wear on your brakes as well. On this on-ramp is downhill here, so I can kind of accelerate gently here. My goal for this, let me see, it's midnight and it's Monday. How about like 53 miles an hour? I think that's a decent speed. I don't really have any reason to accelerate onto the freeway any harder than I am, so we are not going to. It is fine. And yeah, I think this is a fine speed. I don't know what it is according to the app. The app is more accurate. Oh, 52. All right, we're going to go 52 here. Again, a pretty efficient speed. And so far, our gas mileage has been pretty great. No, is it real? Is it like, okay, what kind of road would you consider what I was driving on? I think it's city. I call that city. But then if I was in like Anaheim or Los Angeles, I think that would be like dense city, suburbs. Traffic lights everywhere. But this is like less popular city, less stoplights maybe, so it's, I don't know. It's more efficient. But it still does have traffic lights. I don't know. Could I have been more efficient on this drive? Yes, I could have. But I think I'm doing pretty good. Like, yeah, there's probably things I could have done better. But, at the same time, I don't really see what I could have done better. Well, I do. I could have had... Okay. I did not need the heater on right now. I could have turned the heater off, which I could turn the blower motor off as well. That would have saved some power. I could have turned the screen off too. That would save power. But in general, there's not that much I could do to be better. Oh, I took my intake resonator off. I forgot. My intake resonator off could possibly make the gas mileage worse. I'm not positive, but it could. I only remembered that because I hear the engine louder right now than normal, and the reason why is that the resonator's off. Oh my, this is going to be loud, probably, driving with the sport mode. Maybe not. I think it keeps the RPM at like 4,000 the whole time. Well, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm surprised how long it's taken for this rear window to defrost. It is still frosty. I find it interesting how traffic is. So going the speed limit, you won't notice this, but going slow, you'll notice that like there's nobody in front of me right now for the most part. But behind me, there's like a big clump of cars. But then everyone passes, and then there's nobody. It's like everyone's like following each other, kinda. That's the best way I can describe how it feels. Like everyone is following each other, But then, like, once everyone's gone, then it kind of just feels empty again. I have no idea how to describe it other than weird. Decide if taking the resonator off hurts the MPG or if it's the same. I can't tell. The second drive though for this, or my second drive today on this exact same route, it's going to be so weird. Extremely weird. Like, I normally use my, I don't use sport mode at all. And I know from limited experience, sport mode in the Mitsubishi Mirage, sport mode feels broken. It actively feels like you're breaking the car. Are you breaking it? No, probably not. It's probably fine. It's tuned like that. I don't know why it's tuned like it is, but it is tuned like it is. So I'm not really a fan of sport mode. It's, from my opinion, from barely using it, it is a terribly coded sport mode. Like, it's designed kind of terrible. But it's great for engine braking. It's basically like dropping a gear to go down a hill without having to ride your brakes. That's essentially what sport mode is used for. But I have arrived at my destination almost. So far we are at 59.4 mpg. Alright, I'll turn cruise off, get onto the exit ramp, and I'm not going to use sport mode to slow me down like I normally would. I'm just going to try to lose as much speed as I can where it's flat, so it's easier to lose speed, so it's less wear on the brakes. Now that I'm going downhill, it would have been harder if I started hitting the brakes here to slow down because it's downhill instead of flat. Do I overthink things? Yes, I do. It's not good to overthink things sometimes, but it's alright. And nobody on crosswalk, nobody running red lights. And I can pull into the same parking spot. All right. Put you in reverse. And there. Okay. What did we get? We got 60.3 mpg. Although I'm sure it's going to be lower, maybe 60.2 because I backed in, so I might have lost slight mpg doing so. But I also parked. No, I also got off the freeway, and it might not have updated yet. We'll just give it a minute here to see what it's going to say. 60.3, 60.2. Okay, so we got 60.2. Now, why did it work this time when I did that? I don't know. All right. Well, I gotta use the bathroom, and then we'll do sport mode. One moment, please. I am back. So let's reset the gas mileage of 60.2, and I completely failed to do so. So let's try so again. I said let's try so again. So let's try so. Come on, where is it? Where are you? Okay, hold it down. Reset it. Okay, so we've reset our gas mileage. So now we can go on our second attempt to get gas mileages or something. let's go on the sport mode drive. That's what I am trying to say. Okay, sport mode. This is already feeling wrong because I should not be in sport mode right now. I should be in drive, not sport mode. Why am I in sport? I mean, I know I'm in sport mode. I know exactly why. We're doing a test. Either way, I don't need to stop this time, so hey, we have a win for gas and mileage. Let's turn off the music. We're sportily driving right now, everyone. Check this out. Yeah. Getting these MPGs up. No. Oh, I should turn my headlights on, actually. That wouldn't be a bad idea. There we go. And I have to stay on the throttle because of the engine braking. And we do have a car coming up behind us. And sadly, I think they will just be stuck behind me for a while because they are too far away. Either way, I am not going to change how I drive. I'm going to try to not use the brake pedal. And that's about it. Like, my goal... Okay, good. I'm going so slow they have caught up to me, so that's good. My goal, like before, is to not use the brake pedal. And please get past me. Thank you very much. And, like, okay, I always have to use the brake pedal, but, like, I can get away with not for the most part. It sounds like I'm climbing up a mountain right now at 50 miles an hour or something. Wait, where is the microphone? Is it plugged in even? It is plugged in, okay. I'm just holding it at 3,000 RPM. We'll see what the temperatures get to. I'll just set cruise control to 35 and see what we get. The reason I'm going slower, there is a red light, and I was coasting for the most part last time, but this time I can't coast as much because I'm in sport mode, so I'll just do what I can, even though what I can do is not much. Slow down slightly. I let go of the throttle, I thought a bit late, but the car is still slowing down quite a bit. As you see though, the car just kind of keeps you around 3,000 RPM, and it is louder, that is for sure. And yeah, I do have to give it some brakes from 15 miles an hour to 0, but that is okay. Stop at the light, creep forward, blind spot's clear, crosswalk is clear, traffic is clear, so I can go. And, let's just give the car 2 throttle, 1.7, okay, 1.7 throttle to speed up, okay? I'm not really going that fast. Alright, let go of the throttle because the light's right up the road, and we're just, wait, don't go to here. Okay, now I can move over to the middle lane here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm trying to drive efficiently in sport mode. Hey, you know what? 40 mpg. I can't complain too much about that. And we got a green light. It sounds so wrong. The car should not sound like this, but it does. And there's something in the road this time. And there are quite a few cars behind us. Okay, I feel like I should. I don't know. I mean, I'm giving the car. Oh, what did I just do? I didn't mean to shut the phone off. Sorry, it's recording. I'm just trying to adjust how it looks on my end. We are not at 45 yet. Okay, we're close. Let's set cruise control here. Our gas mileage for sure is lower. The the gauge cluster MPG is more accurate than the pump MPG, unless it's long-term pump MPG, but this isn't long-term pump MPG, this is a short drive, so we're doing as good as we can. Uh-oh, light's red. That's okay. It doesn't need to be green at all times. I think it'll be green by the time I get there, though. I have a feeling I could probably leave cruise control actually turned on the uphill here. The reason why is because the car is revving up so high, I don't think it will actually have to rev up any higher. That's just a thought. Oh, well, it did. It revved up very slightly more, 3,500 RPM. But overall, though, we're kind of pretty efficient, I think, right now. I mean, we aren't driving efficiently at all. This is horrible efficiency. But considering I'm in sport mode and the car's revving at 3,000 RPM pretty much at all time, I think we're doing good. I turned off cruise. We're gonna... Okay, I kind of failed. I could have probably turned cruise off a little earlier, actually. Let's see, is the light gonna turn green? No. Alright, we'll just slow down to a stop here. And then, is the crosswalk clear? Yes, it is. The light's turning red for them. And can I go? Yes, I can. You know what? There are cars that probably are gonna do unsafe things to pass very shortly, so I'll just do the right thing and let them pass. Well, not unsafe, but they'll probably end up passing in a no passing area. I wouldn't say that really hurt efficiency that much to slow down. I thought we were going to get passed again anyway very shortly. Somebody caught up to us again. That's okay. But I am doing these tests at night, so they're about as repeatable as reasonably possible. We have not reached 40 quite yet. And we are being passed on the shoulder currently. Or we're being passed in the bike lane currently. That's not a lane. That is most definitely not a lane right there. Seems fine, I guess. Yeah, that was the bike lane. Biking really should be more safe, but because of things like that, biking is kind of unsafe. See, I could have moved over to the right, or they could have passed me to the right if they wanted to right here. Usually you shouldn't pass to the right, but I mean, in that case, they could have passed to the right, and that would have been pretty safe, I'd say. But, I don't know. This didn't seem like the right thing to do there. It is what it is. Either way, our gas mileage is significantly lower than before, and that is kind of to be expected, but it is what it is. This feels super wrong, by the way. At least cruise control works in sport mode. To me, sport mode actually feels slower because the engine is revved up so much at all times. And the 0 to 60 is the same, okay? You have the same 0 to 60 regardless of if you're in sport mode or drive. So there is not really a point in terms of power to be in sport mode. The only situation I've ever found sport mode useful outside of engine braking is off-roading. That's the only situation ever that I've found it useful. How is it useful off-roading? Well, if you're going up a really steep hill, off-roading, sometimes the car almost bogs down to a stop, and then it has to unlock the torque converter. But if I am in sport mode, that just doesn't happen. It's able to just stay in a slightly better gear ratio, I guess, and it just saves, I don't know, it might save fuel, maybe not, but it feels like it's easier on the car. It doesn't have to keep unlocking the torque converter. It just stays in a higher gear ratio at all times. Maybe not, though. I feel like a lot of people, though, who buy this car probably actually use it in sport mode at all times. Because the car is slow compared to most, and I've seen quite a few people say, you know, if you're driving on the freeway, keep it in sport mode to have the extra power. If you're in the city, you should keep it in sport mode so you can accelerate from the stoplights easier and merge and pass and stuff. So I'd say sport mode, for some reason, might actually be the most common mode to use in this car. I don't think it should be the most common mode to use, but I think it is the most common mode to use. There really is no point in using sport mode. But like on this uphill here, it's still revving up. Like we just gained 200 RPM by going up the slight hill. In drive, I don't even think it would have had a rev up there, so that's just quite weird. I mean, hey, we're getting 42.9 miles per gallon in sport mode. That's not bad. I mean, we're getting better than EPA gas mileage right now. The best possible gas mileage in sport mode. We're just wasting fuel, though. I think this car is rated for, what is it, 35 city, 39 highway or something, or 40 highway. I don't remember, actually. Let's find out. 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage G4 MPG.
37 mpg combined. On the website MitsubishiCars.com, they say, the lightweight build provides excellent fuel economy, while you enjoy 35 mpg in the city, 41 mpg on the highway, and 37 mpg combined too with CVT. To find out more, look for the link in your Google Home or Google Assistant app.
So let's say we're driving on the highway right now. I mean, this is essentially highway driving, kinda. We're doing pretty good. I mean, 0.8 throttle, 3,104 RPM, but you know, it's okay. 41 highway, 35 city, 37 combined. We're still getting 43.7 in sport mode. Is there any benefit to sport mode? No, not that I can see. It doesn't seem to have any benefit to use it, but it's fine. We're flat out wasting fuel. We've lost like 17 miles per gallon so far by having it in sport mode, but it's okay. We'll see what happens. Again, I do have the intake resonator taken off, which can reduce the engine's horsepower, so it might be a little bit slower than normal, but okay, I can't tell the difference in terms of power, so it's probably similar. MPG seems very similar as well, so I can't really say much about taking the intake resonator off. It seems identical to me, but I don't know. Both tests we're doing, the car is identical. Okay, I mean, I went to the bathroom, so we weigh less this time than last time. Last time we weighed like a pound more or something because I had to go to the bathroom, but this time, minus that 1 pound or whatever, it's the same, okay? Oh, 40 miles. We have done the same thing both times. Slam on the brakes for 40 miles an hour. So, we did equally as bad for that one section of this test. So, my bad. But it is what it is. Yeah, both times I failed. I could have been more efficient in that one spot in both tests. Oh well. That's okay. 44 miles per gallon. To be fair, it is better than I expected. I expected this to be around 29 or 32 miles per gallon, something like that. Worse than EPA, I expected, but no, we're getting better. Not a lot better than EPA, but we are in fact getting better than EPA. So, hey, I can't complain too much, can I? No, not really. I'm just going to blip the throttle slightly. Does it feel much faster? Aw, red light. See, last time we didn't hit this light red, this time we did, so this isn't perfect, sadly. It seems, oh, it's so much quieter now that we aren't screaming the engine. Is the temperature of everything okay? Yeah, 183 for the transmission. So if I just like, we're driving and like I've got to pass someone, you know, it does accelerate a little bit faster. Yes, I'm trying to hypermile, and yes, I didn't floor it, but I gave it more throttle there for a moment. Yes, that wastes fuel, but it's not really that much fuel wasted right there. I just was curious, does it accelerate faster, like instantly faster? Yeah, I'd say it accelerates a little bit faster when you're already moving, because it doesn't have to rev the engine up because it's already revved up. I wouldn't say it feels like an EV. I mean, it doesn't feel like an EV. We didn't hit this light red last time either. So this round has been worse. I guess I'm supposed to slow down. I probably could have done better there, but I don't know really what to do. I mean, I know you're supposed to pull over, but like, I don't know. In that case, he's not behind me, he's in front of me. So, I don't know. So this has been actually quite a bit worse round for MPG, because we've actually had to stop quite a few times. And I jabbed the throttle like once or twice. No, that didn't hurt MPG hugely, but it did affect it. Okay. If you want good gas mileage, don't jab the throttle like I did. Blowing out all the carbon in our engine today because we're essentially driving down the road in second gear. Yay! I don't really have any carbon in my engine necessarily. This isn't direct injection, this is port injection, or maybe it's the other one. I don't know. I know one of the two, I don't remember if it's either port or direct injection, but one of them is known to have issues when it comes to carbon buildup. Alright, I have turned cruise control off for this hill. I'm going to give it manual throttle up the hill because it is a pretty steep hill here. Okay, I can't let go of the throttle on the downhill though, because I will actually lose speed, probably. Trying my best here to do the same as last time. Like, I don't know how to drive the car right now. That's what it feels like. The car is just entirely different. I guess it could be a more sporty feeling. I mean, okay, the only difference is, okay, if you were in a car with actual gears, let's say you're in a standard transmission slash a manual transmission slash a transmission you need to change gears on yourself. If you're in one of those cars, it's essentially like, the difference is you're in fifth gear and you need to speed up, so you downshift to like second. Okay, so that wastes a little bit of time right there. But here, it's like you're in third gear all the time, maybe. So, but you're more efficient. Not efficient. You're always ready. Your engine's already spinning fast. It's already ready to go. If that makes any sense. That's the only way I can describe sport mode. I think it's kind of tuned pretty awfully. It should be better than this. But maybe not. Maybe this is normal. I don't know. I say that, but I don't know what I would do better. Both times I've pulled up here, the light has done the exact same thing. Alright, is it clear from the left and to the right? Yeah, is the crosswalk clear and nobody's going into the crosswalk? So we will be fine. And I'll accelerate around 1/4 throttle. And 1.8. 1.9, close enough. I'll get to like 47 miles an hour, 48, whatever I was at last time. And we'll try to do the same thing. Oh, it's getting foggy. Wow, look at that. This would be perfect if I had one of those fart mufflers. Just do that all down everyone's street while they're sleeping. That would be perfect. We'd go, what do people call it? Honda Civic mode? I don't know. It was supposed to be a joke. Like some cars are really loud and don't move that fast. This would be one of them. If we had one of those no mufflers on it or whatever, or the pop sounding muffler. Luckily, we have some kind of muffler on here, so we don't have really that big of a problem when it comes to noise. Yeah, we don't have a resonator on right this minute, but it's not really much louder actually than normal. Alright. Again, this is just so weird. The whole time I'm driving, I keep wanting to... Okay, how do I explain this? Oh wow, that's a big crash on the oncoming lanes on this freeway, so we'll kind of be like by ourselves on the freeway, it looks like. That just happened. Okay. What I was trying to say was, I don't know. Sport mode engaged. Well, maybe there's traffic coming actually. I thought there wasn't, but there is. I notice I accelerate slower in sport mode. Like, okay, is it slower? No, it's not. But I notice I drive slower because the car's revving up so much. I just I go slower. If that makes any sense. It feels like I need to shift, but I don't. Like, okay. What I was going to say though is, how do I explain this? When I drive a manual transmission, when the car sounds like, when I drive an automatic transmission, the car's always quiet when I'm driving it how I drive it, very gently. But then in a manual, I can be driving it gently and the car can still be revved up, and I instinctively reach down to the clutch to shift gears, like shift it up to the next gear, but I can't. There's no clutch pedal in this car and there's no other gear. So I feel like I need to change gears, but that would do literally nothing. Alright, so the transmission is actually getting kind of warm now. We are getting into the hot zone or something. Transmission kind of, even cruising on the freeway here, it feels wrong. I even smell it. It's kind of warm. But sport mode it's fine, I guess. Yeah. I don't recommend using sport mode. I see no point in using it. No, I am not good at driving a manual transmission, by the way. If you're going to ask, hey, can you do some awesome rev matching downshifts or something? No, I cannot. Can I get the car to go from point A to point B in a manual? Yes. Can I drive it in a way that the clutch enjoys and I'm not putting excessive strain throughout the whole transmission? No. I need practice. I am not good at driving a manual, but I can drive one. Which is kind of good for 2025 standards because a lot of people don't know how to drive one, so I think I'm doing good in that situation, but no, I am not good at driving a manual. Although I'd like to learn better by driving a manual more often, but I don't have one to drive more often, so maybe that'll be a thing for the future. I don't know. We'll see. What are we at? 1.3 throttle right now. Okay. So we're 1.3 out of 8. 1.3 out of 8. In a... okay. Actually, I'm going faster. Let's slow down 1 mile an hour. 52. That's good. In the manual, the manual car that we do have, it's not really a car, it's a Polaris Slingshot. And I guess it's not really the best car to learn manual in, apparently. But to add to that, the clutch pedal takes a lot of force to push down. Now, my leg gets really, really shaky if I try to use my ankle for things, and my legs just don't work quite right. They aren't very normal. Normal legs don't do what mine do, and I don't know why mine do this. I don't know. Physical therapy, I guess, said my legs are just different than normal. Not in a bad way. It's just that's how they are. Maybe possible weakness. I don't know. Either way, my legs just don't like doing that. So when I'm trying to use the clutch pedal, it's either I'm on the clutch, but then when I'm trying to get off the clutch to, let's say, take off, I end up letting go of the clutch too fast, and then essentially doing a burnout. Not good. I mean, it's not bad necessarily, but it does put a lot of strain on the powertrain doing that. Essentially doing a, what is it called? I essentially dump the clutch every time I try to go. So to not stall it, I give it a throttle and then dump the clutch, like 2,000-ish RPM. Not great. I think I could probably get better with more practice. Maybe get like weaker springs maybe for the clutch pedal because they're just kind of too strong. I don't know. It's what is it called? It gives you your leg a workout. Well, maybe not yours. It gives my leg a workout, and I just can't. Yeah. So what was I trying to say? Yeah, I'm not good at driving a manual, and I partly blame the vehicle I'm learning in, and I also partly blame I just don't drive that vehicle enough. Because if I drive that vehicle more, then I'll learn how to drive it better. I don't really like driving a two-seater motorcycle car thing that much. Too loud, pretty odd. I don't know, I'd like to learn in like a Geo Metro or a Toyota Echo or Toyota Yaris or Mitsubishi Mirage or something. Not so much a Polaris Slingshot. And that's okay. What's our gas mileage? 52.2 right now, huh? 46.8? Okay. So we aren't getting horrible gas mileage, but we aren't getting good gas mileage either. Oh, the transmission's cooling down. We aren't hot anymore. We went from like 197 to 192, so that's good. Either way, we have an exit here as well, so we'll get off at the exit. For some reason, the road got really busy, and I can't really slow down much on the freeway. And yeah, I don't know. We might get 44 on this drive. No, probably 43. .4, oh, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, well, let's just do the same backing thing that I did last time. How do I put you in reverse? Like that, okay. Kind of confused how to put it in reverse out of sport mode. Alright, so the final MPG, 44.5. So if we do 60.3 minus 44.5.
60.3 minus 44.5 is 15.8.
So we lost 15.8 miles per gallon by going from drive to sport mode. That is a lot of gas mileage to lose. You could drive 15 miles more in drive. Okay, 15.7 now instead of 15.8. You could drive 15.7 miles more in drive versus sport mode doing the same driving style as economically as I can be. Okay, I kind of jabbed the throttle like twice and hit an extra stoplight or two, so let's just say 15 even instead of 15.8. So I've lost 15 miles per gallon. Oh, and the car was also cold-ish starting last time as well, which actually made that gas mileage a little bit lower than it could have been. So yeah, we'll just say 15, all right? I lost 15 miles per gallon by going and driving around in sport mode than normal. Driving style, the same, essentially. There's not really any difference between how I drove. I mean, you saw the whole thing. Gentle acceleration, gentle braking, just gentle driving in general. And it was still that big of a difference. You can drive 15 miles more just by not being in sport mode. And sure, in drive, if you hit the throttle, it does have to raise the RPM up. It's not already revved up the whole time anyway, so it's not as responsive necessarily, but I don't see a problem with drive at all. Probably is better on the car too, actually, long term to be in drive. Maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, thanks for watching this weird video. If you enjoyed it, could you leave a like, please? If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers so I can get some monetization dollars or something. YouTube runs ads on my videos even if I'm not monetized, so I might as well be monetized so I could make an extra few dollars a month or something. These videos aren't free to make. But that's alright. Oh, and if you do want to help support the channel, consider becoming a member. Or don't. Totally up to you. Either way though, thank you very much for watching, everybody, and have a great day. Oh, there's an Audi pulling up to a gas pump. Do you see it? What Audi do you think that is, just from seeing the hood of it? I don't know what it could be. Oh, actually, let's just reset the gas mileage. And I completely failed again. Come on, one more reset. Okay, one more reset. There we go. Okay, reset. Actually, I want to do one last test, okay? It's not going to be an MPG test necessarily. It's going to be a 0 to 40 mile an hour test, okay? It's going to be same. I'm just going to do it from the same stop sign because I know I can start at the stop sign each time, okay? I just want to see what the difference is, okay? 0 to 40. AC is turned off. You know, let's turn off the outside air. We don't need that on. And let's turn the headlights on because I seem to forget to turn the headlights on. I turned them off because I had the accessories turned on. I didn't really want to drain the battery. Again, speed limit is 40. Sure, it's 25 when kids are present, but it's speed limit 40 and it's 2 in the morning. There are no kids present, I can guarantee it. I am safe to go full throttle. I'm not in a Bugatti or a Lamborghini or Corvette or a Mercedes or something. No, it's a Mitsubishi Mirage. I am not going to do a burnout and skid out and stuff. All right, so let's do a 0 to 40. All right, that was a 0 to 40. I also hit the biggest pothole known to man there, so that was exciting. Let's not do that again. It's not good to hit the biggest pothole known to man. And now we'll do the same thing again in sport mode. I can't tell if this is a street or not. I think it is. Yeah, it is. So I will turn left at the street here. And then I don't know where to turn around. There's an oncoming car, so I probably shouldn't turn around there. This street, yeah, I guess I could probably turn around right here, right? Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Pull over to the right, turn the left turn signal on, fully turn to the left, make a nice little U-turn here. Again, I wouldn't say this is at all dangerous in this area doing a 0 to 40. I'm not exceeding the speed limit. I have 78 horsepower. This is the slowest car you can possibly buy. I'm just curious, does sport mode really do anything? There's no kids present, there's no anybody present. Maybe someone at the stop sign, but besides that, there's nobody present. So, I think this test is perfectly safe to do right now, or right here. I'm not doing a McQuires thing. Is that what he's called, or Michael MJD? No, not Michael MJD. That's the wrong guy. Not that guy. MKBHD or something. I'm not going to go 100 miles an hour in a school zone. Only 40. And I'm not going to be doing the 0 to 40 test right here. The reason why is because I'm actually going uphill here, which would not be fair. I'm going to do the test in the same spot. I cannot make a U-turn here, so we will go down the road and find some place to turn around. Actually, is that somebody's driveway here to the left? I can't actually tell if that's a driveway or not. Can't tell, it's too dark. Okay. Well, there is a little turnaround here. Doesn't say anywhere I can't make a U-turn here, so I will just make a U-turn here. No one's coming the wrong way down the road. So as I'm aware, this is perfectly legal. There is no U-turn sign. Alright. And change lanes again to the left. There we go. Should I do this in a more rural area? Again, probably. But I am driving a Mirage, not a, I don't know, some super fancy sports car. I'm not doing that. All right, we're in sport mode this time. Let's go. All right. So was the 0 to 40 the same? I don't know. I hit the same pothole both times, so I know it's exactly the same that time. I mean, hey, if I hit the same pothole both times, I know for a fact it's the same. I do gotta say though, the car does feel like it had quite a bit of pickup there. So, there's that, I guess. That kind of did ruin our MPG, didn't it? Oh well. But yeah, like I was saying, thanks for watching. I'll put the 0 to 60s side by side, maybe, or a total time to, not 0 to 60. I'll put the 0 to 40s side by side, maybe in the video. You're watching it right now, or maybe I have it to where you can just see the time differences between it, like how much faster each one was. I don't know how I'm going to do it exactly, but I'm going to do it. Okay, I don't know how I'm editing this video or what I feel like editing it like or anything, so we'll figure it out. Alright. Well, thank you very much for watching, everybody, and like always, have a great day. I guess I was so fast I literally gave the camera stand whiplash. That's pretty funny. Yeah, see you later.